3D fighting. Okay. Yeah, let me go for that one.
A little
Very interested in this because if you did not know, because of course you did not, um, making my own video game is taking a while. Yeah, taking longer than I hoped it would. But yeah, so I watched a bunch of games and stuff. Tekken broke my heart, so I made my own 3D fighting game by Alcratz. It's funny. I actually tried to make a fighting game last year, but I decided to like hold off on it because it's getting it to work, getting online to work was such a terrible experience that decided I was like, nah, let me first make something that's single player, and then if I get like at least something to like live off of, then I'll go into fighting games, and then I'll go to into that specific game. Like, yeah, because yeah, nah, I need, yeah, I need something. I need to make a game like that. That's more, what's it called? More guaranteed to like work. Yeah, because as I was like looking at that fighting game project, I was like, it's it's gonna take way too long to make this game. I should do something else first. So yeah.
a little forward before I let the video roll. If you're seeing this video, there's probably a good chance you've already heard of this game or even played it yourself. I
Nope.
recorded my entire voiceover for this video on the night of March 14th, right before 6 Wheatbix made his first post on Twitter promoting this project. Waking up the next day to see most of the Western Twitter Tekken scene hyping up my game was crazy shit. I really can't thank Wheatbix and Koenji enough for being the first two big cheerleaders that led to this 1-2 punch of publicity. Not to mention Speed Kicks for playing the game on his stream for 2 hours and running a first to 3 with Landon D that lasted 35 games.
Honestly, even with the like low graphics, like the game's looking pretty good. But yo, it seems so fast though.
The
I'm not, and I mentioned also I'm not much of a like Tekken fan. Like I barely played any Tekken. I do have Tekken 7 on my Steam account, but it is not installed because I do not have storage. If I had like what's it called? No, I do have friends that's play Tekken, but they play Tekken 8 though. I have Tekken 7. Man, I could probably play with them if I just asked. They probably have Tekken 7. Like they're way bigger Tekken fans than me. Yeah, but yeah, my storage space. If I got more storage, I'll just download it and then then I'll probably like play it more. I do enjoy fighting games, but almost like 8 gigs for one game is yeah, it's a big commitment when you barely have any storage at all.
script that I recorded for this video assumes that no one has ever heard of my project before, so it might come off as comically modest. I just want everyone to know that I super duper appreciate all of the support so far, and I'm gonna do my best to deliver the kick ass 3D fighter that people have been wanting to play for 20 years. Alright, let's get on with it. Hello, hello! I've been a little quiet on this YouTube channel, huh? The last time I uploaded anything was over a year ago. I don't think it'd be an exaggeration to say that Tekken 8 wasn't inspiring me very much after the 2025 April Fool's update.
Yeah, I heard a lot of like controversy over Tekken 8. I think what's it called? If I'm remembering right, I think one of the problems was they make the game like a little easier, if that's right. Like there have been like multiple fighting games, like the ones that have been around for a long time, that make the game that are trying to make the more recent their new games more easier, so that it's easier for new players to get in. But I feel that no, I'm not even going to say I feel. I know that's a bad move because it's not that the game is too hard, which is why more people aren't getting into it. It's the lack of content.
I'm
I
still
admit
waiting
that.
for the Tekken project to release the real Season 2. And as I'm putting together this video, this is literally just a few days away. But wait a minute, doesn't the Tekken World Tour start soon? They can't update the game too much, there's gonna be tournaments going on. So what have I been up to? Well, I thugged it out for a while, but the last time I played Tekken 8 against a person was on the 8th of July, 2025. I'm over 8 months sober on Tekken 8. This
He's
game
not
isn't really
sober.
for me anymore. It plays like shit, makes you feel like shit, and it isn't an interesting exploration of
Yeah, I've played like a little bit of Tekken 8, and I'll say right now I am not a big fan of it. I prefer Tekken 7.
its own mechanics and potential strategy. Well, you know what? They say if you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. So instead of condemning myself to this loathsome slap fighting game and complaining about it on Twitter, I said fuck it and started making my own 3D fighter based on everything I love about the Tekken series. What you're seeing on screen is a proof of concept that I've been working on for all of those 8 months.
Okay, well, never mind the point I said about it being too fast. This is actually fine. Yeah,
I didn't want to make too much noise about it until I came up with
this
a
is really
solution
good.
or at least a plan for all of the major problems and challenges I expect to have to solve.
I can also see it's clearly made in Unity. The classic Unity skybox is staring at me. The fighting game I was making was also in Unity.
I didn't want to make too much noise about it until I came up with a solution or at least a plan for all of the major problems and challenges I expect to have to solve. Up until now, I've only been posting about this game in a couple of Discords and regularly posting clips and brain dumps on my Twitter. As of today, that's gonna change. First of all, I'm happy to say that you can play this game for free right now. Granted, it
Ooh,
might not look very impressive, but it's a prototype and I've put a ton of work into it. You can find a link to an itch.io page in this video's
ooh, I played up the video. Uh, down. Okay. Yes. So, which folder? Where's my game folder again? Games. There we go. Try his game.
description where you can download this game and even play it online with your friends. This video is my official pitch for this project. To you, the fighting game community, and any other fans of Tekken that feel disappointed or alienated by the direction of the Tekken series, and by the complete lack of good 3D fighters on the market with serviceable rollback netcode. This project is totally independent, developed all by myself in the Unity engine with my own game logic and netcode. All purpose-built for a brand
Aggressive.
new 3D fighter with the intention of making a game that capitalizes on the potential of Tekken's classic mechanics and strategy. The name of this game will be Rival Ultimate Steel Hand, or Rush for brevity. It's taken a long time and a lot of work to get to this point, but there's still a lot of work left to do before the game can live up to that title. Like I said, this is a proof of concept, like a prototype, or a pre-alpha. These last 8 months of development have been hard focused on the engineering that makes this game run under the hood, and not as much on the content or the presentation. One of my several main goals for Rush is to prove that a 3D fighting game can have netcode that isn't dog shit. Robust rollback netcode. This entire project has been planned and developed from the ground up with a lightning-fast deterministic state system and super lightweight network data transfer as its central dogmas. In my months of research, I haven't left
Wait. This, I'm zoning out. Wait, what the fuck?
goals for Rush is to prove that a 3D fighting game can have netcode that isn't dog shit. Robust
Wait, wait. Does Tekken still have bad netcode, bro? Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. Like, I have, bro. Ain't no way Tekken still has bad netcode to this day. That's insane.
rollback netcode. This entire project has been planned and developed from the ground up with a lightning-fast deterministic state system and super lightweight network data transfer
Okay, super lightweight network data transfer. Yeah, makes sense. Know that. I don't know what's lightning fast deterministic state system. Wait, that's my guess is that's like something to do with the characters switching the states. Like you go from this attack to this block, yada yada. Yeah, that's my best guess.
as its central dogmas. In my months of research, I haven't left any stone unturned in terms of how I can optimize the game's logic and netcode for the smoothest and most responsive netplay I can muster. And what you see now is the current result of my effort. Not too shabby. I hope the netcode is good. It's how you play the damn game.
It's not for
Anyways, let me
nah,
tell you
it's
what
never
Rush has to
overrated.
offer so far if you decide to try it yourself. Even though this is still a prototype, I still did my best to put something together that'll be fun for people to play and explore. When you start up the game, you'll be plopped straight into free play. This demo doesn't have a main menu or anything. This is it. Let's be real though, a practice mode is the only main menu a real fighting gamer needs. Any keyboard or controller that Unity can recognize will be registered as soon as you make an input, and you'll be able to select which fighter you want to control. And that's it. Now you're mashing buttons. You can't set up your own controls yet, but that's coming soon, don't worry. The game uses the same 4-direction and 4-button layout that Tekken does, where left and right moves your fighter forwards and back, and up and down allows you to crouch and move laterally. The 4 buttons correspond to left punch, left kick, and right kick attacks. The controls and the actions that are available will feel immediately familiar to Tekken players. As an experienced Tekken player myself, I've put a lot of work into making sure this game feels like Tekken, but slicker and faster. At the moment, the game has a basic prototype moveset of a few attacks. There's a hit confirmable jab string, a generic down forward 1 mid poke, a versatile low poke string, a long-ranged mid intended for whiff punishment and power mix-ups, a knockdown low intended for power mix-ups, and a versatile homing knockdown high that's intended for pressure and space control. It's basically the bare minimum that the game needs to be playable and interesting. A few
Bare
pokes
minimum.
and a few power moves. Aside from that, there's also a couple of basic kicks that you can use from a downed position. Stuff like launchers and throws aren't in the game yet. There is also no distinction for attacking between standing or crouch, and you can't jump. This stuff will be coming though. I have
So he doesn't have what's it called? What's it called again? Low. Mid high, yeah, yeah. Doesn't have low mid high attacks. It's just the all the same. Yeah, but yeah, it's a absolutely great start. So yeah, I'm believing this project,
Many, many grand plans for capturing the potential of Tekken
and also no grabs. Like even I didn't like get to grabs when I put my thing on pause.
coming though. I have many, many grand plans for capturing the potential of Tekken's mechanical and design ideas. The movement in this game is well fleshed out though. All of the basic movements you expect are here along with some basic animations. Forward and back walking and dashing, left and right sidestep and sidewalk, forward sprint, and even a neutral blocking forward step. This moveset also has a Mishima style crouch dash and an evasive Williams style backsway. To my
Mhm.
knowledge, these should feel just like the Tekken movements that inspired them. I've only taken a few liberties to make sure they fit intuitively into my game state and command systems, and to loosen up restrictions where I think it made sense to do so. For example, backsway and crouch dash can be cancelled into both left and right side steps. A cute graphic depicting all of the commands for these movements and attacks can be accessed by opening the in-game menu. There isn't a proper command list yet or anything like that.
Now let's say
For
true
now,
about
this
this.
menu is mostly just functional. From the menu, you'll also have access to NetPlay. The game has a fully functioning NetPlay system that allows you to connect with other players through the Unity Relay service, which means you can create a session and just pass a code along to your friends so they can connect to you. Right now the game only supports 2 players in one session, but I plan on having lobbies that support multiple players along with a chat system. Unity Relay uses public relay servers to relay network data between players, so that you don't have to worry about any IP address or port forwarding bullshit in order to play online with your friends.
Nice.
The downside is that this can increase network latency and instability because your data goes through the relay server as a middleman. Eventually, I want to figure out how to use NAT hole punching to set up proper peer-to-peer connections with relay servers as a fallback, but that's a whole fucking thing, man. So if the
It
Unity
sounds
relay isn't
complicated.
good enough for you, you also have the option to connect with someone directly via IP address and port forwarding. Now listen, do not, and I mean do not, share your public IP address with anyone unless you're absolutely certain that your homie.
Yep. Do not do that. Like only with friends that you can trust won't leak your IP. That's very dangerous.
Address and port forwarding. Now listen, do not, and I mean do not, share your public IP address with anyone unless you're absolutely certain that your homie isn't going to steal your identity. In any case, the option for Direct Connect is available for optimal gaming action. I recommend using a VPN to protect your identity and not disabling your firewall, but hey, I can't tell you what to do. With that said, you can also use Direct Connect to play this game over a local area network with little to no latency. Pretty cool. When you connect with another player online, they'll join you right there in free play, and you can experiment with the game together straight away. When you're ready to run a set, just hold left shift or the select button to pull up the quick menu, and press the corresponding attack button to ready up for a fight. When both players are ready, the game will start right away. No loading
Mm.
screens, no 6 menus of click through to switch between game modes, no bullshit, just play. And check this out, you can move around during round start. Let me know how you feel about this, I'm super curious. This game already has robust netcode that uses a combination of fixed input delay and variable rollback, as well as some experimental run-ahead features which I'm trying to leverage in order to mask the jarring visual effects of high rollback. The netcode is designed to be optimized for network bandwidth, so it's fast and resilient against packet loss. This netcode is more or less a complete working prototype, but this is absolutely going to be a big ongoing project for this game. This is not going to be a game that drops with a minimum viable online experience that never gets updated and just gets worse and worse with every patch. Continuously improving this netcode has been an obsession of mine, and I really want to keep building on it as a sort of experiment to see what's possible with fighting game netcode. My goal is generally for the netplay experience to feel responsive and consistent across long distances. So ideally, playing a game with your homie in the same room feels the same as playing with someone on the other side of the country. If you end up playing this game with your friends, I really want to know how it goes, so keep me in the loop. Let me tell you more about the quick menu. It provides a few other neat features for free play. This game doesn't have robust practice mode settings yet, but you can at least reset the game state whenever you like, or toggle whether or not the bot can neutral block. Something really cool that I think players will find interesting is the simulation pause feature. When you select this, the game will stop and you can use the controls shown on screen to freely navigate the state system. This game cycles through a big stockpile of 7,200 game states, so at any time you can always rewind up to 2 minutes into the simulation. You can advance the simulation by one tick at a time as well. Analyzing a situation frame by frame has never been easier. This isn't supported during netplay at the moment, but I plan on making that possible too.
Okay. Okay, I assume that that's only for like after the match because it would make sense that during the match you can just rewind time.
Analyzing a situation frame by frame has never been easier. This isn't supported during netplay at the moment, but I plan on making that possible too. Speaking of analysis, you can also access collision display options from the in-game menu. You can individually toggle visibility for hit spheres, hurt spheres, and body push spheres. These are only 3D models meant to approximate the real math happening under the hood, but it should be more than enough to wrap your head around how this game's collision and hit detection works. Eventually, I'd like to have a free cam option as well, so you can get really deep and nerdy with these
So
analytical
many
features,
colliders.
for which no fighting game has any good excuse not to provide to their players. And that's the
Agreed.
gist of what this game currently has to offer. It's a work in progress, and there will be many bugs to fix and things to tweak, but hopefully you can appreciate how much progress has been made on all of the foundational systems that this game will be based on. Since a lot of the major hurdles for this project have been overcome by now, it'll be super easy to flesh the game out with more content like combat mechanics, more attacks, and other features. I'm telling you, this game is gonna go places, and it's gonna be a ton of fun to watch it grow. There's a lot of work left to do, and I'll be actively developing and updating this game with new shit on a regular basis. I would be over the moon to have people hop on board and help me playtest along the way so that I can make the most badass 3D fighter possible. This is your chance to be involved on the ground floor of a blossoming fighting game project.
Uh, that, there we go. Sorry, there's missing some settings.
Your chance I can make the most badass 3D fighter possible. This is your chance to be involved on the ground floor of a blossoming fighting game project and have fun testing out new moves and mechanics as I roll them out. I really want this to be a project that the community can be involved in, given that my big conceit for this game is to capitalize on the missed potential of the Tekken series. I'm trying
I think he's also capitalizing on the missed potential of what's it called? Like every fighting game basically. Because the fact that they don't have the features that he has already put in is is- yeah, this is a really great project. He could make a really great game. Well, not could, he is making a really great game.
to recapture the passion that people have for classic Tekken mechanics and strategy, and I'm all ears for any and all feedback and suggestions. I obviously can't make the perfect game that pleases everyone, but I'd like to get as close to that
Yeah, you don't have to do that. A game that pleases everyone pleases. A game made to please everyone pleases no one. So don't have to even try that.
platonic ideal as I can. So, if you want to be involved with a brand new 3D fighting game made by a fighting game freak for fighting game freaks, now is your time. And I could really use your help. I don't have any significant online footprint or clout outside of my Asuka Theory videos from over a year ago. I'm starting completely from
I really
I got
serious
my
from just
Asuka
one
Theory
character.
videos from over a year ago. I'm starting completely from square one out here, so spreading awareness of this project is going to be an uphill battle, and I need as much help from the community as I can get. The success of a brand new fighting game depends on building a community that'll advocate for it through word of mouth. This will be vital if I ever want this project to be financially sustainable as well. I'm currently unemployed and working on this project full time, and I still have a little bit of time before I have to worry about finding another job, but you know, the clock
Ah, I'm also unemployed.
is ticking. I'm not expecting anyone to buy into this project after just one announcement video though. What this project really needs right now is attention. The most important thing is to get eyeballs on the game and prove to folks that it has potential. Do you, yes you, want to play a crucial role in the success of a new community-made fighting game? All you've got to do is advocate for it. Show it off on Twitter, play it on YouTube or Twitch, engage with my clips and convoluted ramblings on Twitter, spread this video, or share the itch.io page where anyone can download and play work-in-progress builds of this game for free. If you want to be more direct
I'm definitely telling my friends about this. Gonna play this later.
involved in helping me playtest and improve this game, you can join my Discord through the invite link in this video's description. There, you'll be able to chit-chat with me personally and share your thoughts and ideas, see me post more detailed progress updates, and learn more about the technical challenges and overall vision for this project. If things go well, we might even be able to build up an active community. If you do feel inclined to support this project financially, you can make a one-time donation on itch.io through their pay your own price feature. You can also donate to my Ko-fi or subscribe to my Patreon, which are both linked in the description. I don't have any perks in mind yet for people who want to contribute, but if I'm lucky enough that these start to pick up some steam, this might be something I look towards in the future. That concludes my call to action for this video. Download the game on itch.io, play it with your friends, and help me spread the word. I would love nothing more than to have the privilege of making a badass 3D fighting game for a badass fighting game community. I wanted to end this here so that I can get a quick video out that's easy for folks to digest and share around. I'd like to put out another video in the near future which would get into more of the nitty-gritty details of this game's development so far, and how I engineered my way around all of the major challenges of making an online 3D fighter that draws heavy inspiration from the Tekken series. This is hyper nerd shit. I want to talk about what it took to make a deterministic state system for a 3D fighter, how I figured out a way to do trigonometry without using fractions, the challenge of imitating
And
Tekken's eldritch and nonsensical command system, the fundamentals of fighting game netcode, and all of the super clever tricks I'm using to help make netplay more performant and reliable. I have a lot to share about how the fighting game sausage is made, and it's so much more complicated than you think, and so insanely interesting. I do also want to talk about my specific design goals for this project at some point, as far as the vision for the gameplay and what I'll be balancing around. This could be a whole video on its own, but let me just give you an overview. A quick summary of my design vision is that I want to make a 3D fighter that properly explores and capitalizes on Tekken's mechanics, especially its movement, which is what sets it apart from other fighting games. I also want to build on the strategic potential of a bunch of unique design concepts from across the Tekken series, which have been either poorly implemented or abandoned over time. One of the most frustrating things about Tekken is its missed potential, and that's the thing that drives my passion for this project. In general, my goal is to make a 3D fighting game that leverages its 3D mechanics to create emergent gameplay that closely resembles real-world one-on-one combat strategy. Strategy is something I've been studying for many months now, and I've learned how every competitive craft shares the same principles of planning, rhythm, positioning, forestalling, and adaptability. I have this thesis that the reason fighting games can be so unintuitive, frustrating, and difficult to explain is because these games are not designed with strategy in mind in a scientific sense. It seems to me that these principles are foundational to the nature of human conflict and psychology, which means they can't just be added or removed from a game like any other feature. If a game doesn't accommodate a particular aspect of strategy, that leads to a sort of power vacuum where players are forced to rely on guessing and rote memorization to compensate for the
Tin
lack of
machine.
agency. By studying strategy, I'm hoping to be able to properly capitalize on the potential of a 3D fighter to simulate real-world combat, which isn't based on rock, paper, scissors or any arbitrary triangle system. Just pure, open-ended strategy, and a proper balance of offensive.
That'll be hard to balance though. That's why is what's it called? That's why it's more common to use like the rock paper scissors method because like if you make it like open-ended like that, balancing becomes like really difficult, especially when you like add like multiple characters. But yeah, we'll see how it does it. I'll be keeping tabs on this.
And defensive mastery. Beyond all that, I'm twisting some common conventions of fighting game design in order to control the scope of this project, but also to construct the game in a way that I think is ideal for capitalizing on Tekken's potential for strategy, and its potential to be a genuinely intriguing and social learning experience that doesn't make you shit with rage when you play. If I don't get around to making dedicated videos for everything, I'll at least make my game design document publicly available for people to read so you can critique all of my ideas and rationale. Until then, I've got to get back to work. My favorite 3D fighter isn't going to make itself. Bye!
Uh, Absolutely great video. Respect the word. Subscribe. I'll be expecting this great game. I don't know when. Like, if I think now, if I were to guess how long it would take, I mean, I don't know the full scope. Like, for example, the graphics. I have no idea about the graphics the art style is going for. But in terms of the mechanics, like the graphics for yeah for the food release, but in terms of the mechanics, yeah, well, it's not like I'm an experienced game developer. Like I'm still kind of a beginner. Uh, at the best, like being like really generous, I'd say to take him 2 years because like really it takes such a long time to make a good game. See the comments. Finally, a Tekken-inspired game without 20-second cutscenes every time someone makes the mistake. Don't say again, and I'll show you back to basics. Wait, can I get banned for swearing? I don't know if I can get banned for swearing. The side movement is the same. Please don't remove that. Yeah, the side movements are really great. What's Iron Fist? One loaded this at most opportune time. Yeah, this feels really great. Let me actually try out the game a little bit. Um, Also, when I put a thing in front, it's okay. Um, what are they doing again? Yeah. Oh wait, let me see. Does this thing work? Yeah, it works. I'm learning. I'm learning. Yes, I can just minimize it. To better to probably should create a new scene, but I'll do that later. Uh, let's open it back up. Do-do, do-do-do, and rush. Give me a warning. This better not be a virus, bro. I'm trusting you. I guess I'll should I put display capture, and then I'll have to make a window for this again. Uh, there's the K, and my controller will. Yes, it does. Uh, um, press one. Which one's one? Bro, you need to put what's it called? The input keys like the. Why can I never get my words out? Yeah, icons. You should make it so that it changes the icon so that the player knows like which buttons to press. It's not really that complicated, so should be easy enough. Just one day, you can just easily do that in one day. Trust me. Yeah, which one's one? For that one? Okay, that was one. So X on my controller. Mm, yeah. Can I dash? Okay, I can. Nice. Yeah. Can you see it's different? Okay, so if I move the stick around, the move doesn't change. It's the same move. Okay, punch overhead. Okay, that's a kick. The other one, low kick. Okay, get up. Okay, how do I restart that? Uh, bro. Mm, wait, what? Why can't I do side to side movements? Yeah. Mm, oh, wait, how to? Is it broken? I'm confused. Like when I press two buttons at the same time, is it supposed to be like that? I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like one button because the Tekken is just I'm pressing the D-pad basically. Okay, now it's working. It was being very like unresponsive. Right, like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, he really, yeah. If somehow you're watching this, you need to really fix this. It's like either like one of two things happens. It's either like what's it called, delays. Like I press the button a couple times, let it go, and then after like 2 seconds it moves. And then the other time uh it like just doesn't move until like I press the button multiple times. Okay. So D-pad down and D-pad up. It was even hard to tell. Okay, now it's working. Yeah, it was hard to tell because like I would press the button and then not work, and then I would press like, for example, I press the D-pad down and see it not work, and then I press like D-pad left and then it worked because of the delay. Oh, and I can also do it with the stick. I thought I wasn't able to do it with the stick because it wasn't working, and again it's not working. Yeah, this is really bad. I don't know why I was specifically having this problem because from the video it like seemed like nobody was having this problem. Uh, okay. Let's try multiplayer. I'll probably get cooked. Uh, now I have to edit that video. Should my IT. Uh, what's it? Let's see. Oh, okay. I'm supposed to be this with this. How do I get code to be created? Wait, do I need to share a code? Can I not just play straight multiplayer? Uh, okay, so I need someone else to connect. It's pretty late, so can't get anyone to connect right now. Make sure when I do the VOD, I need to take out that part where I should buy. But yeah, if like I'll pro yeah, I was going to join his Discord anyway, so I would probably like send him this clip. Mm. It's weird how sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Because like I'm trying different things like holding it at different times and stuff like that, but it's like unpredictable. Things just not working properly. Because I was considering am I doing something wrong? But no, it's like I'm constantly moving to the side, and then it's like it like stops at some point and then doesn't want to work, and then it works. Yeah, very weird. But yeah, great game. Tomorrow I'll try to get some friends to play it. Right, let's go back to the reactions. Yeah, I get his Discord real quick. New window. Accept invite. Discord open. Hello. What do you mean, whoops? Look at what this thing is doing. Unable to accept invite. Why? Inviting the what? Is it invite only? Now it's giving me this invite invalid. This invite may be expired. Never seen that before. M- Might not have permission. What do you mean might not have permission? Why doesn't it just say you have permission or you don't have permission? What's this might? Before it shows something. Hmm. Verification required. What do you mean verification required? Confirm the identity, your account stays secure. Uh, yeah, sorry, sorry, bro. I can't join your Discord. Asking me some nonsense. But anyway, great video and great game. Uh, wait, let me write it down. Very important. I need to write down to take that out of the board before someone gets my IP. So I need to be more careful with trimming it. Yeah. Okay. What time is it? Okay. What next? I